key positions in the absence of several injured stars. So Ambrose O'Donovan is now at full-back, Tommy Doyle centre-half, while Tom Spillane forms a new midfield alliance with Jack O'Shea. 20-year-old Maurice Fitzgerald, the top scorer in last year's final, has recovered from a neck injury and dons the number 11 shirt, while Owen Liston, who came on as a sub last year, takes up his customary role at full forward. And detailed to mark the tall Kerry man is Dennis Walsh, cornerback in last year's final. He replaces the injured Coleman Corrigan. Cork, without Niall Cahalane as well, brings Stephen O'Brien into the full back line, while Barry Coffey now at left half. Shea Fahy partners Larry Tompkins at midfield, while John O'Driscoll, enjoying a return to full fitness, takes over at wing forward. O'Driscoll slots in alongside the highly influential Dave Barry, today playing in his 9th Munster final. And there the two players forced to miss the final from Cork. Coleman Corrigan on crutches there on the right, Niall Cahalane beside him. Will Cork, the Munster champions, enjoy the heights of victory this afternoon? One solitary fan would like to think so. So the 31-year-old match official gets this long-awaited final underway, and it's Shea Fahy straight away for Cork. Maurice Fitzgerald just holding up his progress. And in the end, Shea Fahy holds on too long. Free taken by Tom Spillane. Fahy seemed far too near, and Tom Spillane went thundering forward with his shoulder. The referee says, let's hold it up, free to Kerry. Kerry from left to right. Jack O'Shea, the free taker on this occasion, in towards Owen Liston. The first challenge there with Dennis Walsh, covered by Jimmy Kerrigan. Still Kerrigan. Maurice Fitzgerald back there with him. There's Stephen O'Brien. Larry Tompkins. First touch for Larry Tompkins, the great Cork midfield player. Conor Coonahan. Rounding Pat Spillane. Kerry attempting to make switches early on. We'll tell you about that in a moment. That's Mick Spillane getting it away from danger up towards Timmy Fleming. Trying to set the Kerry forwards again with their second attack. Again, it's Maurice Fitzgerald who seems to have moved into top of the right. To judge by the position he's taken up, and that's a free in. A 13-metre free, or just a little outside that 13-metre line. And it would seem that Maurice Fitzgerald has been moved into that top of the right position, and Willie Marr, I think, is going out centre forward. So Fitzgerald can put Kerry ahead here. It'll suit a left-footed kicker, and it curls in delightfully. The Kingdom take the lead from the trusty boot of Maurice Fitzgerald. So Kerry, who've won the cup on 62 occasions, seeking their first Munster win in 3 years. Finally, chest high by Shea Fahy, linking up with his erstwhile Kildare colleague Larry Tompkins. It's back to Teddy McCarthy. And he holds on too long, and that's the second Cork man who's been enticed into the position by a very eager and tight-marking Kerry defence. Tommy Doyle lazily hitting this one forward towards Owen Liston, pushing the back, seen by the referee. And the referee, Paddy Russell, doing well so far in what's a big, big test for him. Again, it's going to be Maurice Fitzgerald. Remember, he got 10 points in the 88 final. 7 of those came from frees. This is a chance for a second this afternoon. Well within his range, and he curls it over. Kerry enjoy a 2-point lead. Both of them from Maurice Fitzgerald. That's the impression straight away in this Munster final. Kerry want to make an impact, and an early one at that. They look sharp, they look lean, they look fit for the action. Cork more composed. This is Larry Tompkins. Paul McGrath here. Turning around and holding on, releasing it just fast enough to Tony Davis. Making a foray forward, stopped however by Larry Tompkins. And it tails away on the left-hand side of the post after Tony Davis had set it all up. Charlie Nelligan today facing Cork in his 15th Munster final. Tony Murphy here. Jack O'Shea. Plenty of support available. Here's Mick Spillane wandering forward. A big gap, however, between Owen Liston and some of the other players, notably the midfielders. Paul McGrath, high leap, beaten by Mick Spillane, who nudged him into the back. One of the three in this eagerly waited Munster final. Receiving attention out on the far sideline. There he is. Concern, and he seems to be going off. He's gone indeed, and I note that Mick Slocum has come into the Cork team. Slocum will come in around half-back, and here he is taking the free straight away. Dennis Walsh lasted, I would say, about 9 minutes. Ambrose O'Donovan. Pat Spillane, a first chance to get away from Tony Davis. Owen Liston was making himself available. Spillane in full flight. Holds off the challenge, and he gets a very good point. That will do his confidence a whole world of it. Pat Spillane, one of the greats of Gaelic football, setting that one up and finishing it splendidly. Well, Pat Spillane was having a fairly lean time in some Munster Championship matches of late, notably when he was being marked by Niall Cahalane. This afternoon he's got away to a flyer. Shea Fahy screws that pass outside towards Dennis Allen. Kerry covering well. And you really get the impression that Kerry mean business. Timmy Fleming and Barry Coffey. 65-metre line. He'd prefer to be playing in a more advanced position. Doing his piece of attacking. Watched well, however, by Charlie Nelligan. Tripped as he was making his way out by John Kerry. Be quickly taken. That's Timmy Fleming back there. Loose clearance, however. Straight to Larry Tompkins. Larry Tompkins' first point, coming from that careless, sloppy clearance. Doing a bit of covering. Received the pass from his own goalkeeper. But then the gift to Tompkins. Straight to the posts. It's 3 points to 2. Ambrose O'Donovan out towards Maurice Fitzgerald. Willie Marr here just feeding it broadly. Here comes Spillane. Space in front of him. Has he got the pace ahead of Conor? To the case. Good run. Liston making amends for the one that got away. It's 4 points to 1. Owen Liston's first point of the match, set up by that marvellous run forward that time by Tom Spillane. A point to give the Kerry fans something to celebrate. It's been a good opening quarter for Kerry. The Munster champions, just 1 point to show so far. Good covering here by Savage. Cross towards Morgan Nix. Two of the younger players in this Kerry side playing together as a combination for the first time ever. That's Pat Spillane fisting it forward to Liston again. Two Kerry players down injured as he plays it forward. Intended for Timmy Fleming, cut out by Conor Coonahan. Cross towards John O'Driscoll. Back about 40 metres out from his own goal. Goal was available. Teddy McCarthy now operating, it seems, as an extra midfield player. Back to Tony Davis, into space. Misjudged by Ken Savage, fisted forward. Down to Paul McGrath. Received a shot, and that leg has been giving him quite some trouble, as you'll gather by the strapping that's on it there. He received a knock on that knee as he was going across to meet that ball, and there was a real cartilage worry about Paul McGrath before this match. Tompkins will be the taker. This should be straight over. Tompkins, Cork's only scorer so far. 4 points to 2. That's the first to come from a free. So the prospects really for quite an intriguing Munster final this year, yet again. So little between them for so long in so many Munster finals. This is Paul McGrath, curling delightfully. That's a lovely score. It's 4 points to 3. Player has set up the last score virtually because he was fouled, and he gets the next one. Paul McGrath's first point of the match. too much of the action so far. But around Connie Murphy has played really well so far. The referee decided that the persistence eventually ended up with a foul, although that was difficult enough to gauge from this position here. Dave Barry troubled by an Achilles tendon injury, and that has curtailed his preparation for this Munster final. This to put the sides on level terms. Cork have got the last 3 points in this match. Larry Tompkins has kicked 3, Paul McGrath with 1. 4 points each, and 20 minutes gone in the first half. Charlie Nelligan doing his best to vary the kick out. Timmy Fleming. Jack O'Shea advancing. Feeding it forward to Fleming once more. Kerry unit moving very well in attack, but very much listing the target man. That's back to Fleming. This is to Maurice Fitzgerald, taken away from him by Larry Tompkins. Right at the vital moment, Tompkins, who went way back about 45 metres to follow that attack all the way, prevented almost a certain goal. Kerrigan into space towards Dilly, taking it down with poise, turning to face Ambrose O'Donovan, getting it onto the right boot to give Cork the lead. 5 points to 4. The Munster champions ease into a 1-point advantage, and the team captain got that. It was an awkward bounce. He punched it down to himself, met it well, and hit it beautifully in his stride. But what about the recovery here, as Liston fed it forward to Fleming, and watch for number 9 Tompkins to take it away from Maurice Fitzgerald. I feel that would have certainly been almost a certain Kerry goal. Instead it was a Cork point at the other end. Michael Maguire there, the substitute goalkeeper. Dennis Walsh, who picked up an injury early on to the right of the picture there, the full-back who had to go off.
Cool. Of people with
well away from the full-back position. And O'Brien getting there ahead of him. Been shown in the past that the only way really to Marco in Liston, if the ball's been played in like that, get there a yard or 2 ahead of him if possible, and the referee goes in. Signals the free to Cork. Teddy McCarthy quickly to Dennis Allen, held. Ambrose O'Donovan has been following Allen everywhere. Oh, that's a nasty one now by Dennis Allen. Onto the head there of Pat Spillane. Allen wound up, I think, at this stage in the match. But there's no real excuse for that particular piece of action, but what went on ahead of it. And the referee does the name. And now there's another player down on the ground, and it's Spillane again. A nudge on Spillane, it seemed, and the referee will have to keep a tight rein on the match. Remember last year in the closing 10 minutes? Here's Liston. Held by O'Brien, free to Kerry. Maurice Fitzgerald going across to take it, his side trailing by a point, 6 points to 5. The marking has been tight, and that has led to the occasional little nudge, and players then retaliating, feeling that the referee hasn't spotted it quickly enough. Fitzgerald unerring as always, flawlessly finding the range, well over the crossbar, 6 points apiece. And Pat Spillane being spoken to by Paddy Russell. The referee today, by the way, I reckon is about 2 or 3 years younger than several of the players out there. At least 5 of them are older than the referee. Not that should make a difference. Shea Fahy. Lost. Found by Larry Tompkins. Dave Barry. Cork grouping well outside the Kerry 65-metre line. Paul McGrath breaking away from his marker. Connie Murphy. Tompkins, not a good pass. Tom Spillane, or Mick Spillane rather, marking Larry Tompkins. He tries to curl this one in, but it is about a metre outside the far post. Kerry have been economical in their use of the chances so far. They've just missed 3 chances to date. One of them a glaring one, it must be said, by Owen Liston. So the sides all level, 6 points each, 2 before half-time. McCarthy again. His catches at midfield have really been a feature of the first half. Coffey's free quickly into John O'Driscoll, unmarked. Oh, the goal! O'Driscoll! And a brilliant piece of quick thinking. Time. John O'Driscoll, the player who came back from injury. But watch this for a free. Put it down quickly. Barry Coffey said, wow, John O'Driscoll's unmarked. Now he had to go around the defender. Watch as he struggled to get away, get a bit of freedom. And what a good finish, high into the corner. Nelligan was powerless. That's a brilliant piece of opportunism by Cork. So Charlie Nelligan, who's kept 8 clean sheets in 14 previous finals, concedes the first goal. 1989 Munster football final. Can Kerry respond quickly? Shannon has put it wide and he's yet to score. Kerry with 3 of their forwards yet to get their names on the score sheet. Shannon, Timmy Fleming and Willie Marr. Mick Slocum on to Teddy McCarthy again. He was the player who was held, I think, leading up to that free taken by Barry Coffey. Back to McCarthy. Really stamp home their advantage. That's John Cleary across towards Dave Barry. Breaks down to Paul McGrath. And over the bar. A second point. Didn't waste a second as that one came in. Onto the left leg. And carefully put over. A goal after 34 minutes of the first half. A fine piece of opportunism. Credit Barry Coffey for the free and O'Driscoll for a superb finish. Half-time score, Cork a goal and 7 points. Kerry 6 points. It's the making of an intriguing second half at Killarney. Comes on for Kerry, the number 20, and Cork have themselves a free. Shea Fahy, the free taker. 4 points between the teams. A high leap and back there, Morgan Nix. Timmy Fleming. Back now around his own half-back line. Paul McGrath making it difficult for the defender. Jack O'Shea getting it down from Anthony Gleeson. Towards Willie Marr. And a vital tip that time by Kerrigan, just keeping it away from Owen Liston. High shoulder as well, it has to be said. Kerrigan towards Teddy McCarthy. Jack O'Shea. Nick there too. Ball fed in to Shea Fahy. Slocum switching direction of the leg. Cross towards Dennis Allen. Went off the leg. Felt and it's going to be a Kerry ball. Cork fans, of course, in huge numbers here. I think outnumbering Kerry this afternoon. They're very confident the side can do the 3 in a row. Paul McGrath. Well held back there by Anthony Gleeson. Towards Pat Spillane. Tony Davis getting there too. Timmy Fleming coming flying. Leg, it's a free to Kerry. Jack O'Shea coming up to take the free. Owen Liston again trying to break that ball down, holding on to it for dear life and winning himself the free. So a free in a situation which should edge the Kingdom just a little bit closer to Cork. 4 points for Maurice Fitzgerald from the first half. This to put just a solitary goal between the teams. But he's put it wide. Rarely makes an error with his finishing from a free situation like that, but that's one that got away. Well, Kerry, the challengers, needing every bit of confidence to boost their hopes for this second half, need really to take every possible opportunity. Kearns kick out. Jack O'Shea trying to fist it down, but Shea Fahy just gets a touch to it to Teddy McCarthy, alive to the possibilities inside the day. Cross towards Larry Tompkins, doing so much running off the ball, picking up good positions. This time it's Connie Murphy who gives away the sideline ball to Cork. Paul McGrath right across the face of the goal, off a defender, or was it? John O'Driscoll said it was, but the umpire said no, it's a Kerry kick out. Tompkins once again. Expecting Carter to make a run forward, but Fleming had it covered. Down towards Willie Marr, good catch by Willie Marr. In towards Pat Spillane, but really telegraphed his intentions. It was far too high and easy. Going out. Cork taking the quick free. Kerry will have to be alive to that. And Barry Copley, the one who took that quick free just before half-time, which set up the Cork goal. Joe Driscoll, the goal scorer. What a good combination they have on the left wing. Towards Shea Fahy if he can. It's O'Driscoll still stopped by Ken Savage. Tompkins is over there for Cork. Down by Ken Savage, who needed just a little bit of patience that time to get goal side of the attacker, but instead he committed the error, and that will do Cork very nicely. The angle is quite tight, as you'll gather. Tompkins equal to it, however. His first point of the second half, 5th goal, and 4 of those to come from frees. Aimed towards Maurice Fitzgerald. Kerry expects so much from this young player, but really a player for the future. Anthony Gleeson received a nudge in the back that time as he was leaping for it, and it's a free to Kerry. Tommy Doyle anxious to take it quickly. Kerry not wanting to allow Cork open up too much a gap. Dave Barry quickly released to Larry Tompkins, waiting as always. Belting it forward, seeing that Paul McGrath was getting inside Connie Murphy, but Murphy read it superbly and took it away from the defender, and it must have been the attacker rather who got the final touch. But a lovely piece of vision that time by Tompkins, spotting that Paul McGrath had a yard on Connie Murphy, but the defender did so well. Morgan Nix. John Cleary. Cleary, one of the forwards yet to score for Cork. This is Dennis Allen. That's into Tompkins. Well defended. A splendid piece of covering by Connie Murphy again. Kerry can see the 45. But in my book, Connie Murphy did really well that time, preventing a near certain goal for Cork. Watch for Larry Tompkins taking the pass from Dennis Allen. Watch also for the number 5. Fully committed, determined. That's a great block down, a 45. Larry Tompkins from the 45. It's a gentle breeze blowing into his face, but doesn't affect his concentration. It goes sailing over the crossbar. Cork now really opening up something of a gap. 6 points between the teams. Dave Barry racing for it, but it breaks down to Morgan Nix. Challenged despairingly by Teddy McCarthy. This is Michael McAuliffe, who's just come into the Kerry attack. Maurice Fitzgerald, good style. But a dreadful finish. He looks a very classy performer, but I think the Kerry folks perhaps expecting a little bit too much too quickly from this young performer. Ken Savage, nice ball inside to Liston. Can he finish? Oh, he's missed it. It was a brilliant ball forward into the path of Liston, and that's one that Kerry could have done with so dearly. Right corner back Ken Savage spotted that Liston had taken up a splendid angle, wrong footing the fullback completely. The angle was awkward for him. He hit it instinctively, but well outside the post. Teddy McCarthy, totally unmarked. Kerry with another 20 minutes to go in this Munster final, looking a little spirited right now, ragged, lacking cohesion. Cork, a younger and fresher team it seems, laced with skill. Barry to Cleary, and the finish perfect. 1 goal and 10 points for Cork, 6 points for Kerry. John Cleary's first point of the match so far comes 15 minutes into the second half. Timmy Fleming. Oh, listen, calling for it, and the Kerry player knocked down here in front of us in an off-the-ball incident, and the referee going across to have a word with Teddy McCarthy. The notebook's out. Teddy McCarthy, the one who clobbered Tom Spillane. This is the incident once again. Teddy McCarthy going up high. Watch for Tom Spillane. And Spillane seemed to touch McCarthy, and McCarthy retaliated. Tom Spillane back on his feet. Tom, who would probably prefer to be playing at centre-half back in this afternoon's final. Maurice Fitzgerald, well struck free. Oh, listen, off the crossbar to Pat Spillane. Oh, how unlucky can you get? Owen Liston drove one wide across the face of the goal earlier in the second half, and that one came back off the iron. Coonahan has his progress arrested. A little signal there to some of his forwards who were calling for an early free. A beautifully struck free by Maurice Fitzgerald. Liston, the tall player, well over 6 foot tall, connected well with the left fist off the iron. And Pat Spillane following up, couldn't quite connect properly. Back in play again, and it's Michael McAuliffe who is fouled just outside the 13-metre line. And Kerry with a chance to get another point. They're a goal and a 3 behind, but there's still 5 minutes to go. Again, Maurice Fitzgerald steps up. Now it's a goal and 2. And how Kerry are ruining several of those misses, and crucial misses they were too. Fleming has the legs taken from under him with a sliding challenge by McSlocum. No booking by the referee. Teddy McCarthy will breathe a sigh of relief that he was allowed to stay on the field from his booking. Here's Tompkins, bundled over by Pat Spillane, who followed him along the line, and it's going to be a free to Cork with 2 minutes to go. A free which will take some of the pressure off the Cork rearguard taken by Tompkins to the unmarked Teddy McCarthy. Lining up his pass inside to John O'Driscoll. That goal really was crucial before half-time. It set Cork up, and O'Driscoll adds to it now. That's a goal and a point by the gallant Ballingeary man. And the Cork fans will now think that that's enough. Owen Liston breaking it down, taking it up himself, stopped by Dave Barry, recovering however. Tony Davis will realise the time running out for Kerry as Cork bid for a Munster 3 in a row. It's never been done before by the rebel county. On 6 or 7 occasions previously, Cork managed to put 2 championships back-to-back in Munster, but they've never managed to win the 3. Tom Spillane and Kerry standing in their way. Ambrose O'Donovan to Pat Spillane. Back to O'Donovan. Oh, great goal! Brilliant goal by Ambrose O'Donovan. But is it a bit too late? The Kerry fans begin to wonder. 3 points between them in the last half minute of the match. I remember as a minor back in '79, Ambrose O'Donovan doing something like this. That was in the Munster final. That was a cracking good shot, and it beats Kearns all ends up. Brilliant goal. It's all over. Cork retain their Munster crown. And for the 3rd year in the difference in the end. Kerry with a lot of misses. Cork with mastery for most of the game. It ends